Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's discuss the framework level QA automation testing interview questions and answers. The skill stack required for understanding this framework level knowledge or the series of questions is Selenium, Playwright, Rest Assured, BDD, framework level knowledge and automation testing knowledge, guys. Okay, so these interview questions are for the experience range ranging from 3 to 12 plus years of experience. Okay, so let's get started quickly. The very first question goes in every interview is something like introduce yourself on your QA automation interview, sorry, experience. Okay, so you can keep the answer short and crisp and you can tell them like I have around X years of experience in QA automation with a strong focus on building scalable and maintainable test frameworks. I primarily work with Selenium WebDriver using Java along with TestNG for test execution and use Maven for build management. In my current or previous project, I designed and implemented a hybrid framework combining page object model and data driven approach. This helps improve reusability and reduced maintenance effort significantly. I have integrated the framework with CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins, enabling automated test execution on every build. Okay, and then you can elaborate your experience telling them I have hands-on experience in API testing using Rest Assured, where I have validated response structures, status codes, and performed end-to-end validations. I have also worked on database validations using SQL queries to ensure data integrity. Okay. Additionally, I have also used Git for version control and followed agile methodologies, actively participating in uh, sprint planning, daily stand-ups, and retrospectives. I have also contributed to debugging production issues and optimizing the test execution by implementing parallel runs and reducing the execution time. Okay. Overall, my focus has been on improving the test coverage, reducing manual effort, and ensuring high quality releases through robust automation practices followed in our organization. Okay, guys, this is how you can keep the interview answer in a short and crisp form. Okay, let's move into the next question. So this is scenario based question. If a test fails, what will be your next step? Okay, in the interview, you can answer them shortly if they ask or if they give the time. You can tell them like, if a test fails, I first analyze whether it's a genuine defect or a test script issue. First, I check the logs, screenshots, and environment stability, and I confirm if it's a bug. I report it with proper evidence and screenshots. If it's a script issue, I'll fix it by myself. I also ensure the failure is reproducible before reporting or before taking any further actions. Okay, so the next thing is you can answer them in detailed if they give sufficient time or if they ask you to elaborate the answer. You can tell them when a test fails, I follow a systematic approach to identify the root cause and take action. Uh, so the first step that I'm going to do is verify the failure. I rerun the test to confirm it's not a flaky or intermittent failure. This helps eliminating the false negatives. And then I check for execution logs and then screenshots and error messages. Okay. This gives the clarity on where and why the failure occurred. And then the third step I follow is identifying the root cause. That's by categorizing the failure into four different parts like application bug if the functionality is broken, and if it's an automation script issue, then it might be due to because of locators or synchronization issues or whatever it is. And I'll check if it's a data issue, and then I'll check if it's an environment issue. That's due to server down or network issues. Okay, and then the next step after the third step I'm going to do is take appropriate actions. If it's a bug, we'll log a defect with proper steps, logs and evidence by reporting it to developer. If it's a script issue, we'll fix and stabilize the script. If it's an environment issue, we inform relevant teams and rerun later. Okay, and then the next step goes on ensure reproducibility. So I confirm the issue is consistent before reporting or closing. Okay, and then we'll try by adding weights, improving the locators or enhancing error handling to avoid future failures. Okay, so this is how you can answer short and sweet. And then the next question goes like, you're asked to automate a functionality that is not yet fully developed. How do you handle this? The short answer you can give them is when a functionality is not yet fully developed, I avoid automating unstable parts. I focus on stable areas, collaborate with developers to understand upcoming changes, and design flexible, reusable scripts. Okay, so once the feature stabilizes, I complete the automation to avoid rework. Okay, so this is how you can answer in a short and sweet form. The next detailed answer you can give them is when a functionality is still under the development, I handle it carefully to avoid unnecessary maintenance and rework. And you can elaborate your answer saying that you understand the scope clearly and then you focus on stable components and then I collaborate with the respective teams and design for flexibility, like I use page object model, reusable methods, and config driven data, which impact the future changes and helps us in modifying the future changes easily. And we create placeholders or test skeletons, which helps us in speeding up the completion later. And we prefer manual or exploratory testing initially before performing the automation to check the unstable features and gradual automation approach. Okay, that I mean, so once when the functionality is stabilized, we finalize and integrate the automation into the CI/CD pipeline. So this is how you can answer, guys. So the next question goes like, have you created any framework from scratch on your own? So that's the question. Which automation framework you are using currently and why? Can you explain the framework which you have used in your Selenium project? Okay, and the next question goes like, mention the name of the framework which you are currently using or which you have hands-on the experience. Like they are specifically asking about what type of framework. Is it a data-driven with page object model or BDD type of framework or keyword-driven framework or hybrid framework or whatever it is. Okay, so it's all related to the framework, guys. Okay, I have collated only the framework related interview questions. Okay, if you are looking for any further interview question, please check out my channel videos. Okay, and also my notes link that I have provided in the description. The next question they have asked something related to the hoops concept. Where have you applied hoops concept in your automation framework and where have you applied starting and final keyword in your automation framework? What are the advantages of having manual automation testing over manual testing? Okay, and why do you prefer Selenium automation tool over other tools? And they might also ask, why are you not preferring Playwright or why are you not preferring Selenium when going for Playwright? So they might ask you the twisted questions. And what type of test cases do you pick up to automate and what type of test cases you won't pick up to automate and what is the reason for it? And how many test cases can you automate per day and so far how many test cases you are automating per day? So this is also one of the tricky question you need to answer carefully. And how you build object repository in your project and what is the purpose of object repository, what are the annotations available in testng and how to pass the parameters through testng.xml file to a test case. And have you ever performed data driven testing? They might also ask you to write the code on how to read the data, how to write the data. That's the generic approach. I mean, they might ask you to write a generic code on how to read the data from Excel sheet and how to write the data from Excel sheet. Okay, so have you ever performed execution on CI using Jenkins? And have you ever been part of production release activities? Can you give me the commands that you use in your project? That's the Git command they are asking for from starting to end. And will you work individually if the project is from scratch and independently? And can you tell me something about AI incorporation into your testing project? Okay, so guys, these are very important interview questions that you need to be aware of and thoroughly learn in your project. Okay, so all the best for your next interview. And if you are looking for answers for all these questions, and if you are looking for automation preparation from scratch to till end, along with company-wise interview questions and step-by-step interview questions, please find the given link in the description box and let me know if you have any questions or queries in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. All the best for your next interview. Hope you will do well. Thank you so much.